Welcome back to another ukulele tutorial. Today's lesson is on the song Daydream Believer. I'm going to show you 3 beautiful fingerpicking patterns that you can apply to this song. The lyrics, chords, and patterns will be on screen during this lesson, and you can also download them as a PDF from my Patreon page. You'll find the link down below in the description. I'm playing a tenor with a low G. If you have a high G on your instrument, you can follow this entire tutorial. Just keep in mind that our patterns will sound slightly different on each of our instruments because your G is 1 octave higher than mine. Let's get started by taking a look at how to play the chords in this song. Our first chord is C, the 3rd fret of the 1st string. Then we have D minor. I'm playing this chord with my index finger on the 1st fret of the 2nd string and my middle and ring fingers on the 2nd fret of the 3rd and 4th strings. Next we have E minor. I'm playing E minor with my index finger on the 2nd fret of the 1st string, my middle finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, and my ring finger on the 4th fret of the 3rd string. Our next chord is F. I'm playing F with my index finger on the 1st fret of the 2nd string and my middle finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string. Moving into our next chord, we'll lift up our index finger, keeping our middle finger down to form our A minor chord. This is only the 2nd fret of the 4th string. Our next chord is D7. Transitioning from A minor to D7, we'll leave our middle finger down and then place our ring finger down on the 2nd fret of the 2nd string. This is an easy transition from A minor to D7. Our final chord is G7. Transitioning from D7 to G7, we're going to move our middle and ring fingers down 1 string. So we're staying on the 2nd fret, but now we're playing strings 1 and 3. We'll also place down our index finger on the 1st fret of the 2nd string. So here's the transition from D7 to G7. Now we've come to our first fingerpicking pattern. Here's how this one sounds. Let's take a close look at how to play this one and how to apply it to our song. Here's our first pattern, played at a nice slow tempo on our C chord. I'm playing strings 4 down to 1 with my thumb, index finger, middle finger, and ring finger. Then I'm going back to string 2 with my middle finger and finishing on string 3 with my index finger. The rhythm of this pattern is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Bringing this pattern up to the tempo of this song sounds like this. Taking a look at our first verse. This verse is 6 lines long, and we're going to apply this pattern once to every chord change through line 5. So for example, we're starting on line 1 on our C chord. Then we go to D minor. In line 2, we're going to E minor. And then to F. We'll continue until we get to line 6. When we get to line 6, we have faster chord changes. So we're going to fingerpick all 4 strings on our C chord over the word shaving. Then we'll do the same on our A minor chord, the same on D minor, once again on G7, and then we'll play our pattern twice on our C chord. Now adding in the lyrics to verse 1. Oh, Oh, I could hide neath the wings of the bluebird as she sings. The 6 o'clock alarm would never ring, but it rings and I rise, wipe the sleep out of my eyes. My shaven razor's cold and it stings. Our second finger picking pattern sounds like this. Let's take a close look at this one. This second pattern consists of 2 beats. 1 and 2 and. I'm playing the 4th string with my thumb, 3rd string with my index finger, and then strings 1 and 2 together with my middle and ring fingers. Bringing this pattern up to the tempo of this song sounds like this. Moving into our chorus, we're starting on our F chord, and we'll play this pattern once on every chord in the first line, except for our E minor chord, we'll play this pattern twice. So starting on F, then to G7, then to E minor, playing this pattern twice, then back to F, then to G7 again, then to A minor, then to F. For the second line, we'll play our pattern twice on C, twice on F, once on C, once on A minor, and then twice on D minor, and twice on G7. One thing to note is that for the chords where we play this pattern twice in the chorus, we can also play our first pattern once. As an example, for our final G7 chord at the end of the chorus, we can either play our second pattern twice. The count here would be 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and, or we can play our first pattern once, which has a total of 4 beats to it. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now adding in the lyrics to the chorus. Cheer up, sleepy Jean. Oh, what can it mean to a daydream believer and a homecoming queen? And now for our third finger picking pattern. Here's how this one sounds. Let's take a look at this one up close and how to apply it to our song. Here's our third pattern played at a nice slow tempo on a C chord. I'm starting with my thumb on the 4th string, index finger on the 3rd string, middle finger on the 2nd string, and then back to the 3rd string with my index finger. Then I'm going down to the 1st string with my ring finger, then back to the 3rd string with my index finger, 2nd string with my middle finger, and then finishing on the 3rd string with my index finger. The rhythm of this pattern is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Bringing this pattern up to the tempo of this song sounds like this. We'll apply this pattern to the verses the same way we did our first pattern because they had the same number of beats. So we'll play this pattern once on every chord change until we get to line 6. For line 6, we're going to fingerpick all 4 strings at once on our C chord through our G7 chord until we get to the final C, where we'll play this pattern twice. Now I'll apply this pattern to the second verse, adding in the lyrics. You once thought of me as a white knight on the steed. Now you know how happy I can be. Oh, and a good time start and end with a dollar one to spend. But how much, baby, do we really need? There's one more option on the 6th line of the verses, and that is to play our second pattern. So rather than fingerpicking all 4 strings, we could play our second pattern. Here's how it would sound to play through line 6 using this pattern. Now we've come to our play along. I'm going to play through the entire song instrumental only and move back and forth between the different patterns so you can really hear how it sounds to alternate between the patterns without the lyrics. The lyrics will be on screen, so feel free to sing along if you'd like. 5, 6, 7, 8. I hope you've enjoyed learning these 3 patterns to play Daydream Believer. Have fun practicing, and thank you for watching.